Later in the day, cameras captured Trump and Macron shaking hands before a bilateral meeting. While the gesture was outwardly cordial, the context left no doubt that tension underpinned the exchange. Both leaders had positioned themselves as central players in the Middle East peace process, yet with starkly different approaches. Trump has leaned heavily on backroom diplomacy, emphasizing his personal role and relationships with regional leaders. Macron, meanwhile, has sought to pressure Israel directly and appeal to humanitarian concerns. Trump's repeated inclusion of Russia in his answers highlighted another key fault line. His attempts to position himself as a mediator in Ukraine have been met with skepticism, particularly in Europe. Macron's framing of Gaza as the decisive test clashed with Trump's effort to spread credit across multiple conflicts. This divergence illustrates broader debates over how peace and leadership are defined on the world stage. For Macron, Gaza is immediate, visceral, and humanitarian. For Trump, peace is a more abstract status symbol, something tied to personal legacy rather than immediate relief for civilians. The Macron-Trump exchange reverberated far beyond New York. For Palestinians, the French president's remarks signaled growing international impatience with Israel's military operations. For Israelis, they underscored the mounting diplomatic pressure from Europe. For Trump, they represented a challenge not only from a fellow Western leader, but from an ally who understands the symbolic power of public statements. The Nobel Peace Prize, often criticized for its politicization, became a rhetorical weapon in Macron's hands. By daring Trump to earn it through real action in Gaza, Macron forced a collision between Trump's ego and one of the world's most intractable conflicts. The United Nations General Assembly is often a forum for lofty words, but in this instance, words were sharpened into a political duel. Macron's insistence that Trump must end the Gaza war to achieve Nobel glory set a clear line. Peace prizes are not handed out for ambition, only for results. Trump, for his part, tried to maintain optimism while keeping his options open. His talk of very important meetings with regional leaders reflected an approach rooted in personal diplomacy and negotiation, but critics say it lacks the urgency that the humanitarian crisis demands. As the cameras rolled, the handshake between the two leaders symbolized both alliance and tension. The world now watches to see whether Trump can match Macron's challenge with action, or whether the Gaza war will remain yet another conflict where promises outpace peace.